Linus Tech Tips coverage of CES 2015 is brought to you by Phantom Glass. Visit store.phantom.glass for the best darn screen protectors out there, as well as HyperX. So we've got another thing to cover in Corsair Suite. I guess at some point they remembered that they used to be like a memory and flash products company, so they're showing off a few things there. First up is their Dominator DDR4 3400 megahertz Dominator Platinum modules that they've got running on the GAX99 SoC, that super overclocked champion board from Gigabyte that was just recently launched. They've got a CPU-Z screenshot. They're showing that it's running at 3.4 gigahertz. This is going to be a very limited production run. It's going to be available on the Corsair store, and it's in this like sexy orange color scheme that, okay, fine, orange doesn't do much for everyone necessarily, but what it definitely does is it goes well with the orange ring they've got on the cooler and the orange motherboard that you're going to want to be using if you want a Gigabyte super overclock board. Moving over here, we've got just a reminder, oh yeah, okay, there's regular Dominators that are more reasonably priced, and Vengeance LPX available in DDR4 and 3, as well as DDR4 flavors. So we've actually used their LPX a couple times in the past. That's their more mainstream DDR4, although mainstream DDR4 is a little bit of an oxymoron. The more affordable DDR4 that has better compatibility with things like nearby air coolers, thanks to how low profile it is. I think the LP in LPX is for low profile. They've got a new SSD that they're showing off. This is the Neutron XT, and rather than trying to sell this SSD based on, well, yes, it has, 3% more IOPS and your future marks, you're going to get a slightly higher score. They're actually selling this for content creation. So they've got a 4K camera here. This is a Blackmagic Cinema 4K. They've got an SSD loaded into the side of it, and they're just saying, well, hey, look, in order to even record 4K RAW, you are going to need excellent sustained write speeds, which is one of the most challenging things to achieve on an SSD, especially once it's slightly full or once it's been used a fair bit and it's not in a clean state. So that's basically the demo that they've got running here, and of course an SSD that streams 4K content to the drive well is also going to perform well for gaming, design, or whatever else it is that you're going to do with an SSD in your computer. SSDs that don't go in your computer are over here, and we've actually arranged them all. I had them take them all out of the, boxes for me. So they've done pretty much a visual and sort of feel refresh on some of their USB drives. So the Voyager GTX now has a friction closing lid as opposed to a clippy lid, and has a metal clip on the back. I complained about the plastic clip on the old ID. Happy to see the metal clip return, although I'd prefer if it was a steel bit embedded in the back and not aluminum, because those can break eventually. The Voyager GS is their lower performance, lower price, not SSD controllered high capacity USB 3 drive, and it also has the same housing. And then over here is the Slider X1 and X2. Contrary to what you might think, the X1 doesn't come with one in the package, with the X2 coming with two in the package, but rather it's just a performance difference and a color change. So you slide them, you pop out the USB interface at the end, and bippity boop, there you go, it's a USB drive. So that pretty much wraps it up for Corsair's memory products. Don't miss any of our CES coverage by making sure you're subscribed, and I want to do a huge shout out thank you thing to Phantom Glass for allowing us to be here at the show. You guys can check out their awesome screen protectors at store.phantom.glass. Basically, they're super clear, they're super durable, you can scratch them on things pretty much all you want because they're made of Gorilla Glass, and they've got a nano coating on the back of them that makes it pretty much impossible to apply them with a bubble. Something I don't mention often enough, I think, is that they are actually removable and reapplyable as well. So if for whatever reason you have to, let's say, RMA a phone, for example, you can take it off, send the phone back in, get it back, throw your screen protector back on, throw your third-party case back on. It's compatible with third-party cases, and it's off to the races. Also sponsoring us here on the show is HyperX. Check out their YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/HyperX. That and the Phantom Glass shop are linked in the video description. HyperX has a lot of great gaming content on their YouTube channel. You guys want to check that out. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you at our next CES 2015 video.